Hey, shalom. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. So we will be continuing with 1 Kings chapter 13. We will finish the chapter today. Yay. I think that's great. Now, I'm going to continue with the experiment that we started yesterday in Exodus, where I'm trying to combine elements of both our visual learning style and the auditory learning style so that everyone can use whichever style they prefer. Or if you're driving or something and you can't be, I don't want you to be tempted to look. You should be able to learn just from hearing. So please bear with me as I'm working out some kinks on this. I had some positive feedback so far. I'm listening to your suggestions. If anybody has any ideas, I'd be glad to implement those. May Adonai bless all of you in your learning. May He touch your minds and give you supernatural memories. May He fill your hearts with joy with every word of Lashon HaKodesh you hear. May He order your footsteps and protect you and your loved ones from all harm. And may you be continually blessed as you endeavor on this level of love for the Kitvei HaKodesh, the holy writings. All right, so let's see, picking up 1 Kings chapter 13, verse 33. And by the way, I do recommend, if you can, try to use both styles of learning. So one day, go through it visually, paying attention with your eyes. And on another day, try just listening without looking at all. You can do both methods, or you can reverse the order. That's fine, to get the most out of this. And yeah, so let's just see. Report back. Let me know how it works. Hopefully this is going to be useful for everybody. Okay, so verse 33. I'm going to zoom in a bit. All righty. Achar hadavar hazeh. Achar. Achar. Aleph, chet, resh, if you're just listening. Achar. Now, achar usually means after. And just like in English, it can be after, like you're following behind somebody, or it could be temporally after, like, and that's what it is here, like after something happened. So, achar, hadavar, hadavar, hey, dalet, and it's actually two dalets because it has a strong dagesh, beit, resh, hadavar. All right, let me mark our definite article, hey. So the hey and the dalet, the first dalet, is the. And look, we have space to write in today. Yay! The. So achar, after, had, the, davar. After the thing, the word, the matter, the issue, right? Lots of things that could be. Ha, ze. This is the adjective, but it has a definite article because adjectives must agree in definiteness. So because hadavar had an article, hazeh also needs to have it. So it's literally saying, after the thing, the matter, has the ze, the this one. And this is normal. Usually we have a noun followed by an adjective. Now this adjective here, it's demonstrative, so it's not what people usually think of as an adjective, like, wait a second, I thought adjective is like green or tall or something like this. But in this case, it's this. So literally in Hebrew, achar hadavar hazeh, after the thing, the this one. After this thing, after this matter. Lo shav Yaravam. Lo, that's lamed, aleph. Lo, meaning not. Not. You could just say no. Wait, did I change? Oops, sorry. You could say no, no, or not. Not shav. So shav might be a little bit hard to recognize. It's sheen and bait. And it's from the verb yashav. Pardon me, shav, shuv. Yashav. It's from shuv. Okay. Sheen. There's a sheen and a bait in there. But in the middle, they've got a shurik, which is a vav. So the verb is shuv, and the u disappeared. See? So shuv is return. Return. This is where we get the word teshuvah. Teshuvah, returning or repentance. To make teshuvah, to repent. So shav, because it's a hollow verb, because shuv is a hollow verb, the vav has disappeared. And this is just the normal third person masculine singular perfect form of the verb, which is a fancy way of saying he returned. So shav means he returned. But this one says lo. So he did not return or turn. I mean turn too, right? Like to turn aside. He did not turn. Now that's our verb. Usually when we have a verb, the correct order in Hebrew is verb followed by subject. And here, subject, it's a name, so I'm going to make it gray. Yaravam. That's just a style that I adopted from Zondervan's Hebrew Reader's Bible. I like that. I discovered how they did that. And another one has copied how they do that too. So it's a good method, I think. When you see it in gray, you realize, okay, I don't have to translate that. You have to think about, okay, so wait, Yarav, like, is it, going against, it to be numerous form, like he's Ravav of the Am, or is it like he's arrogant because of the people? You have to try to figure out what it means. It's a name. Okay. So far we have, if you're just listening, listen carefully. Achar, hadavar, hazeh. After the matter, the this one. After the matter, the this one, lo shav. Yaravam. Yaravam did not turn. He did not turn. Okay? Continuing, what did he not turn? Midarkho. Mid. So that mid, this is the separable preposition. Min. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. It brings forth bread from the earth. Sorry, I'm trying to pick another color for that other part. Yeah, we use that one. Fine. So min means from, and the noon has assimilated into the dalet. So that's what that dot is in the dalet. It's a strong dagash. I made it elongated by accident. Here, we'll make them a big circle. It's telling you there are two dalets here. Okay? There we go. So from darkho. So the next word is derech. Derech. Sorry, I was in a strange position. So the reish sounded a bit weird. Derech means road or way, path. Derech. But this one has a suffix on it, and because it's a segolit, when we put the suffix, despite segolit or not, we first put the noun in the construct state. So segolits, they usually become a, right? So like melech is king, his king would be malko, right? Derech is way or path, his path is darkho, darkho. His path. Achar hadavar hazeh, after this matter, lo shav Yaravam midarkho. After this matter, not turned Yaravam from the path of him, from his path. Wow, can you imagine? After such a thing, matter of a series of events and such. Okay, hold on to me. Now, once again, we have a noun and an adjective. I think this is the same color I used. So the noun is derech. That's our noun. Okay, it's not exactly the same color, is it? There, change it. And then the adjective is following. It's this guy. Sorry, trying to write with my hand at a bit of a weird angle. So you might think, okay, so the adjective is ra'ah, resh, ayin, hey. It's midarkho, haraah. Sorry, I hadn't said that for you guys just listening. So what's up with that? Well, let me go ahead and mark the definite article for those of you who are watching. Ha. Okay, that's the ra, ra, resh, ayin, hey, evil, evil or bad. So what happens is, remember, an adjective must always agree with its noun in three ways. So here's our noun, derech, derech, way or path. But when we said darkho, path of him, his path, that is one of the ways to make a noun definite. So the adjective must agree also. And the way that we make an adjective definite is we put ha in front of it. So that is why we have haraah, the evil one, or the bad one. So lo shav Yaravam, Yaravam did not turn mid from darkho, his path, haraah, the evil one. So he did not turn from his evil way, his evil path. Midarkho, haraah. I will accentuate the two things that are agreeing, okay? That are agreeing for definiteness. Midarkho, haraah. From his path, the evil one. You could also have said, derech haraah, from the evil path, right? From the path. Pardon me, derech. From the derech, path, the adjective would be the same. Because in that example, we would just be changing the manner in which we made the word definite. Instead of darkho, his path, we'd just be saying hadavar, the path. But the text wants to mention how his path, it was his own kind of evil that he's doing. Okay? Continuing. Vayashav, or vayashav. I better pick it up here if we're going to get done with this today. Vayashav. Okay? So that yod at the beginning, the yo, that's he. And again we have shav from shuv, so I'm not going to repeat that. So shav or yashuv means he will turn or he will return. But it can also have the idea, shuv can have the idea of continue as well, right? So yashuv would be he will continue or he is continuing. But then we have the vav conversive, dun, da, 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 that changes the aspect. And so instead of he and he will continue or he will return, like he will get back to doing is what it's saying, right? And he will get back to, it's saying and he returned. Vayashav, and he returned, he got back to, what's he getting back to? Well, he continued really, and he continued, or and he returned. Vayaas. Yaas is from the verb rasa, ayin, sin, hey, and the hey went away. So it's just missing a hey, like we see a lot of times with words that end in hey. It's a lamed hey verb. So usually there would have been a hey at the end. Ayin, sin, hey is to do or to make. And then the yod at the beginning, that's he. Yo, as, he will do. But we have the vav conversive again, da 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 da, and that changes it, doesn't it? Vayaas, and he did, or he made, and now we have a construct chain. Miktzot ha'am, miktzot ha'am. Let's see. So starting with the word that's in the absolute, ha, the, ram. And we have a construct chain. And when you have a construct chain, if that last word is definite, it will impart its definiteness to the other words in the chain, right? In this case, mikzot. So mikzot, this comes from the word katsa or kates, which is the end. Sorry, I forgot what color I was doing here. Right, we usually do like this, right? We take the definiteness and we bring it on over. So we will say the mikzot, which is the extremities of ha'am, the people. So what's happening here? Vayashav, and he continued, or he returned, vayaas, and made, or continued making, miksei ha'am, the extremities of the people, which means all sorts of the people, right, without boundaries. What did he make them? Kohnei vamot, another construct chain. Kohnei, that's from the word kohen, right, priest. Really, they're kohnei. We would have expected kohnei, but I think the text is just focusing on how abhorrent it is. He's probably even calling them kohanim, right? Priests after Aaron or after the God of Israel. Kohnei, so it's from kohanim, drop the mem, kohnei, priests of vamot, high places. High places. Vayashav vayaas mikzot ha'am. and he turned back, or he returned, or he continued, vayaas, and he asad, making miktzot ha'am, any of the people, or the extremities of the people, literally, kohnei, vamot, priests of high places. Didn't learn a thing. Okay, let's continue. Hefeitz. So the hey here is the definite article. Okay, whoops, let's not do it that way. Hold on, let me make it a bit bigger. I'm trying to get around my microphone device. Sorry. That's just a terrible hey. My apologies. Here, make it a bit better. So the hefeitz, delight, or the desire, like however he wanted, as he delighted, feels like what it's saying to me. Yemlא, you. That's a yod at the beginning of the verb, so that means he. Right? He maleh. So this is from the verb mem lamed aleph, to fill up. Right? Like I mentioned, I think we had this verb also yesterday. To fill up. So you maleh, like in the Siddur we say Hashem is maleh chesed ve'emet. He's true of perpetual grace. He's full of perpetual grace. You maleh. So he filled up et, we don't translate. That's aleph tav. Yado. The hand of oh. I may have to turn a fan on here. I'm sweating, trying to make it sound better though. So it's his yad, his hand. Remember, that means like to officiate as a priest, right? Sorry, I had to put the fan on at least number one on low. I hope it's not too bad, the sound. Yeah, I see there's some jitter. I'm trying to block it. Yemlא et yado. He filled up his hand. He consecrated himself. He inaugurated himself. Vihi kohnei vamot. Vihi. So that's Yehi. Okay. The yod at the beginning is he. And Yehi is like he will be, but we have that vav conversive. It just sometimes behaves strangely in front of a yod. So vihi, vihi, and he was kohnei vamot, priests of high places. That's kind of strange how saying he was. But let me mark the construct chain, and we will investigate what the alternative manuscripts say, the other traditions. Okay, so I checked the critical apparatus, and sure enough, it's as I suspected. The kohnei vamot, it feels kind of strange, right? Because if we have Yemlא et yado, it's like he consecrated himself. He installed himself as a priest. Vihi, and he was priests of high places. It's kind of strange. And it turns out that a few of the ancient versions, they do indeed have a different form. They have, instead of kohnei, they have the equivalent of kohen. And then the same thing, the bamot. So a priest of high places, right? So he even installed himself as a priest of the high places. Hefeitz, as he desired, as he willed. Yemlא et yado. he filled his hand, or he consecrated himself as a priest. He ordained himself. It's interesting that it didn't say yitmale, right? But that's fine. And then vihi, and he was or became a. And then here it is true in the Masorah we have kohnei, vamot, priests of high places, but in a few of the ancient versions we have kohen with the singular form here, a priest of the high places, which works better. All right. Verse 34, just so we can finish the chapter. I may go a bit less detailed on this one so that I don't overwhelm you guys with time, but let's see. Trying to keep these things around 30 minutes these days. Vayhi badavar hazeh. Vayhi. This is the same form. Vayhi. Third person masculine singular. He. It's just sometimes we have it like vihi and sometimes we have it vayhi. And he was, or and it was in this case, badavar hazeh. So bait is an inseparable preposition. In or with. In or with. And then we have the footprints of the definite article, the, left there. Odd. Odd. So in or with, that's the bait. Odd, the davar, the matter. Hazeh. So even though the ha is hiding in the first word, the noun, the adjective still has to agree with it. Ha. Has. The zeh. The this one. Noun followed by adjective. Right? Vayhi badavar hazeh. So it was with this matter, or so it was in this matter, in this thing. Ba davar, be, in or with, ad, the davar, thing, has, the zeh, the this one. Le chataat, inseparable preposition, lamed. Oi, sorry. Mm-hmm. 2 or 4, but probably, wow, that doesn't look good. It's too thick. Probably it's idiomatic for this one. So when you have the verb haya, haya, to be or to become, and then you add a lamed to it. No. This can mean what we have in English, to become. This can be a Hebrew idiom for become. So you see we have the haya, Lamed hey verb, the final hey is gone. Haya, he. Sorry, I said, can you see? For those of you who aren't watching, I'm getting used to trying to do this for both styles. I'm not sure that we're going to do this all the time. Again, these are trial runs. Okay. So let me mark, for those of you who are watching, let's use, I'll use gray. Okay. So here's our idiom. Haya plus lamed. It doesn't always mean to become. It can just mean to be for, like to belong to somebody or whatever, right? But it can mean to become. So here, if it means become, I'm going to mark vayhi, okay? And then the lamed is over here. See, with the Hebrew idioms, they don't have to be right next to each other. So, vayhi badavar hazeh. So this matter, became le, right? So the haya and the le, that's our idiom, to become. Become. It became chata'at. 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 Actually, pardon me, the aleph elides. Chatat. Chatat. Sin. Sin. And this is a construct chain here. So, chatat beit Yaravam. Chatat beit Yaravam. Of course, that's a name, so we'll just gray that as best as we can. Yaravam. Yaravam. Okay. So, vayhi badavar hazeh le. So then this matter became chatat beit Yaravam. Because the last word in that big construct chain, chatat beit Yaravam, is a name, that means it's definite, right? It's definite. So it will make the other words in the chain definite as well. And the equivalent of that for us, usually in English, is to say the. The. So we're going to try to put the there. If it doesn't sound right in English or your language, just leave it out. That's fine. So, vayhi bad davar hazeh. So, the davar hazeh, this matter, yehi and lamed, that's haya plus lamed, became chatat beit Yaravam. The chatat, the sin of the beit, house of Yaravam. It's like the famous sin of Yaravam, that he appointed these priests and even himself. From whom? From miktzot ha'am, from the extremities of the people, meaning any of the people. They didn't have to be descendants of Aaron, as the Torah commands. Ulhakhchid. Ulhakhchid. And to erase. Ulhashmid. And to destroy. These are hifil versions of the verb, of these verbs. I'll just mark with red the little giveaways that they're hifils. So of course the hey, that's a giveaway. The hey at the beginning of the verb, and the yod before the third root letter. So ulhashmid, that's telling us it's a hifil, and the first one also. And this might be stylistic, that both of these words are hifils. To me, this feels like hendiatus. Ule, and for hachchid, erasure, like erasing, causing to be effaced. Ule, and for hashmid, destroying. So like complete destruction, or for the utter destruction. Mei'al, mei'al. The mem is from, that's a min, like hamotzilachem min haaretz. But we couldn't put a dagesh in the ayin, so it's may, from, the al upon, panei ha-adama, construct, chain. Panei, that's from panim. Panei ha-adama. The second word, the last word in the construct chain, the one that's in the absolute, that has the definite article, hey. Right? Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Get out of here, Fat Albert. You don't know Hebrew. Shalom. Shalom. Lehitraot. Sorry, it's been too long since I heard that. I was a little kid. Me'al panei ha'adama. Na, na, na. Gonna have a good time. Hey, hey, hey. Na, na, na. Gonna have a good time. Okay, so the definiteness of ha, it goes to the front of the verse there. I mean, the word there in the chain. I'm not going to write it's getting kind of cramped. So panei ha-adama. Instead, we read it as if it were ha-panei. So the face of the adama, the earth. Ulhakhchid, ulhashmid. So again, I'm treating this phrase here as a hendiatus. That's what it feels like to me. I could be wrong, but sure feels like the author is really trying to make it a hendiatus. They're both hifil, and they both have to do with like not existing anymore. Like to erase, for the erasure and for the destruction. Mei'al, from upon, panei ha'adama, the face of the earth. Okay, let's go through verse 34 one more time. Okay, I'm going to read through the whole shebang. Just do your best to try to understand. If you can think of the words in English, that's great. Achar, hadavar, hazeh. After this matter, lo shav Yaravam. Lo shav, that's from shuv. Yaravam. Yaravam did not turn. Midarkho haraah. From his path, the evil one, from his evil way. Vayashav, vayaas. And he continued, or again, repeated, doing, making, literally, and he made, rasad, miktzot ha'am, the extremities of the people. Kohnei vamot, kohens of bomot, of the high places. Hefeitz. It's kind of hard. It literally says the delight. So like as he delighted, as he desired. Yemleh et yado. He filled his hand. He ordained himself. Vihi, and he was or became kohnei vamot, or as many of the manuscripts say, kohen vamot, a priest of the high places, Verse 34, vayhi badavar hazeh le, and this, by means of or with this matter, became chatat beit Yaravam, the chatat, the sin of the beit, of the house of Yaravam, like the infamy of that house. Ulhakhchid, ulhashmid, and for the erasing, and for the destruction, or for the utter destruction, mei'al, that's min, from al, upon, kohnei ha'adamah, the face of the earth. Hope you guys enjoyed. Special thanks to our monthly supporters. I really appreciate you guys. And the rest of you, I love to hear from you, all of you, with your successes, with your questions. If you missed the premiere, please leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you. Have a great and blessed day, and don't be discouraged. If you even got one little part of this, that is forward progress. I will catch you all tomorrow as we work through the book of Koheleth. That's Ecclesiastes. Shalom, shalom.